Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I go by MSAWEBB on all platforms, which will be linked down below. And I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay. So on this channel you'll find everything dealing with reselling, from what sold videos to hauls to unboxings, as well as some tips and tricks along the way. So if all that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can come back and see more of my videos. Feels so weird and different with a real shirt on. So today's video is a what sold video, specifically what sold in the month of February. I know in my last video I said I was going to start doing these videos bi-weekly and giving you a rundown of all the sales I made within those 2 weeks. By the time I decided to do that, February had ended. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just do one more month video and just give you all of February. And moving forward, I will give you my weekly sales instead of bi-weekly, and go over each of the items and what they sold for and any insights that I have for those items, or just sales in general, depending on what chaos is going on in the reselling world. Because as you know, February was a crazy month. If you sell on Poshmark, they did change their algorithm, and I know there's debate on whether or not that actually had anything to do with people's sales. Well, I can say from my perspective, my sales were steadily going higher, and all of a sudden when that happened, they just plummeted. And I even had a few, big fat zero sales days on Poshmark. But despite that, and despite the fact that February was only 28 days, I had my highest sales month ever. So in the month of February, I had over $5,000 worth of sales. So I am really excited about the fact that this has happened and I have reached another goal of mine in reselling. And I learned a lot this month, or this past month, and I hope to take what I learned and use it moving forward. So I look back over what I just recorded, the intro, to basically look and see what direction I'm looking in, because I know I kind of stare off into space sometimes, or stare at myself. And I kind of realized that I just this random hanger, this wire hanger just hanging here. Most resellers channels that you watch, they always have these like lovely matching wooden hangers and they show you your items. Oh Lord, I need to move that. That looks very unprofessional despite my great sales. Just as a beginner, I want to go over why I think my sales improved so much and why I was able to reach over $5,000 in sales. And main reason being, I listed a lot. So I made a challenge for myself in February that every day I would list 15 new items to both Poshmark and eBay. And for the most part, I was successful. I think there were 3 or 4 days I only made it to 10. But there were some days I actually did 20, so it could have evened out. But anyway, this resulted in me listing over 400 new items. So listing a lot did help counteract the whole Poshmark moving to a different algorithm for a little bit. The other thing is while that was happening, I was at the time willing to accept a lot less offers than I really wanted to accept, but I just wanted to make sales. Now, I didn't lose money on anything, and I usually doubled it anyway, but I was expecting on some of the items I sold to sell a lot higher. But those are times when you just need to adjust. If your sales are low but you have a goal you want to reach, then you got to think about your price point. You got to think about sending out aggressive offers. It's just what you got to do. Briefly on the Poshmark change to their algorithm there for a minute. I do think, that the algorithm itself does need a bit of updating, some changing. I'm not really a huge fan of sharing, and and they can change their platform. That's, their prerogative. But what I did not like is just the no warning, we're going to do this. This may affect your sales for a while. Chillax. It will reboot itself. Your sales will come back, which probably would have happened in this case. But instead it was just maybe no one will notice. I mean, don't try to have a huge get together, celebrating the fact that there are a lot of people on your platform that make a living off of it, and then expect them not to notice when their sales go down 60, 70, or even 100%. Some people who are longtime resellers and who make daily sales for making no sales. So I don't know what they expected. But in the end, they went back to their old algorithm. They did, with a cautionary warning that they might go back to whatever the hell they were doing a minute ago. But for now, things are back to normal, and And my sales did reflect that as the month came to a close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a breakdown of my Poshmark numbers, my eBay numbers, as well as my overall numbers. And then I'm going to give you, like I did last month, items that sold below $20 and items that sold above $50. One change to this is I have just removed everything that was liquidation. I feel like the majority of people who come onto YouTube and watch these videos and watch anything dealing with reselling are thrifters. So me saying, oh, I got this in a liquidation box is not really going to be very helpful for the average thrifter, because likely you're not going to find a new tag Ulla Johnson some dress. I mean, you could. I've seen it happen. I've seen some, well, to other people, not to me, but to other people, crazy crap like that happens all the time, but not to me. Moving forward, when I do my weekly breakdown, I will go ahead and mention the liquidations just so you can know what is selling. Starting off, my numbers for the month total, I'm going to start with total. I'm going to change it up. My total sales were $5,074. This is for both platforms, both Poshmark and eBay. Now, after taking out Poshmark fees, any seller discounts, as well as my eBay fees, I don't mention eBay shipping because I do charge shipping, and then, you know, when I buy my shipping label, it kind of cancels out. But taking out all your fees, your shipping discounts, what was deposited in my bank account was $4,147.20. So that is very exciting. I am really happy about those numbers. The other number to take away from that total is my average cost of goods. Now, if you recall, and if you saw the other video, which I can link above my last month's sales video, my average sales price was over $50, I believe. As I discussed in that video, it had a lot to do with liquidation and coats that I was selling. Average sales price did go down. Last month it was over $50, and this month it was $37.38. So that is quite a bit of a plummet. This is for two reasons. First, again, I was not selling as many coats because, you know, I'm running out of them, and two, you know, it's February, so people just aren't buying as many coats as they were. Second is, as I mentioned it, to kind of counteract the whole Poshmark thing, I was accepting a lot lower offers than I normally would on certain items. So my average sales price did go down. Now, to parse those numbers out, just in case you are interested in Poshmark versus eBay, right now my main platform is Poshmark. On it, I sold 92 items for a total of $3,271. So my take home after fees as well as shipping discounts from that is, and I'm going to look right here, $2,581.70. This gives me an average sale price of $35.55. Now on eBay, I made 46 sales, $1,803.35. Now, taking out the fees, and I was trying to be more accurate with my eBay fees rather than just doing a rough percentage. I went in and kind of tried to figure it out. It's a little difficult. There is like maybe probably a slight variation, but as close as possible, probably closer than before when I just used to take out 20%. Like Poshmark, my take home, and I'm going to read it, was $1,566.13. This is an average sales price of $39.20. So those are my sales numbers for the month of February. So I'm going to move on to my under $20 sales and my over $50 sales. I did not put anything that sold on the last day of the month, or February 28th, because it was a Monday and I planned to have my sales video be Monday through Sunday. So I just decided to add those into next week's video, where I will go over everything that sold that day. First up, under $20, I sold this International Concepts pink top. It was new with tags, and I sold it for $15 on Poshmark. So this is actually a liquidation item. I wanted to mention it though is because it was a terrible liquidation purchase on my part. It wasn't necessarily my fault. The person advertised it is a liquidation lot of Bloomingdale's items, like exclusive Bloomingdale's items. And when I got the lot, it was all Macy's. Everything had a Macy's tag. The seller of this tried to tell me, well, you know, Macy's owns Bloomingdale's. Come on, girl. When you put Bloomingdale's on something, you do not expect to see Macy's. Even if that is true, you deliberately misled me and anyone who purchased this. She didn't get back to me with my comments for a while, so I did open up a case on her on PayPal, which she responded very hysterically. And at the time, I went ahead and just let her refund me, like I think half of the cost of the box. I really should have just let the whole case play out, because the items were a lot of international concepts like Style & Co., Charter Club, just a lot of things that I'm not going to probably be able to sell. Or if I do, they're going to sell for this amount and they're going to take a long time. So I kind of regret not just playing out that PayPal case, but you know, it is what it is. The best I can try to do is recoup my losses at this point with that. So even though that is liquidation, I wanted to go ahead and put that in there so you guys know liquidation isn't all sunshine and rainbows and, you know, over $400 coat sales. Nope, no. Sometimes it's dirty and ugly and you're stuck with it. Next up is this Eddie Bauer silk top. I don't normally pick up Eddie Bauer. I do occasionally, but the main reason I picked up this was, one, it was 100% silk, and two, it was plus size. So I do kind of not follow some of my rules when it comes to plus size pieces, especially when it comes to quality plus size pieces, because those are particularly hard to find in the thrift store. So I don't really regret that sale. I didn't really think it was going to go for a huge amount. I'm just happy that I was able to pass that along, and this beautiful silk piece was able to go to someone new. So next up is a under $20 sale that I consider a win. It's a Victoria's Secret bra, and I sold this bra for $15. I consider this a win because, one, it was free, so I did just make $15, but two, also bras, you can pick, if you can find them for a really low cost of goods, like at the bins or even at my thrift stores, I think they're only for $1, you can flip them pretty quickly normally, especially if it's Victoria's Secret, because those bras are expensive. And they're not that hard to list because it's just a little bra, and they come pretty much with their own measurements, so you don't have to really take them. So I'm really happy with that sale, even though it was under $20. Last is this pair of Princess Polly pants. So I picked these up because I was so excited, because I had been hearing a lot about how Princess Polly is doing great. I picked them up, and perhaps they were not the best stylistic choice. I was kind of excited about it at the time though, because it reminded me so much of Clueless and the whole like Y2K thing is happening. Although it happened before, I picked these up and listed them before the Y2K craze, and so I should have gone back and like put that in my title, and it probably would have done a lot better. But anyway, I only sold these for $18. I did make money, but you know, I might hesitate to pick up that brand again. First up, and over $50, is this pair of Rag & Bone jeans. I was pretty excited about this because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I do not have the best of luck with jeans. I have a very, I was going to say love-hate relationship, but it's mostly hate. Like, I don't like jeans. I don't like wearing jeans, and they don't sell usually that well for me. But these did sell. I think I've had them for quite a while though, but they sold for $54, so I'm pretty happy about that. Next up is this St. John's dress, and this dress sold for $108.55. So this was an exciting sale. It was over $100. The caveat to this is that this was a cursed item. This is the first one. No, I found two pieces at the same time, but this is one of the two first pieces I picked up of St. John ever, which I think was 4 years ago. But this dress has been all over the place. So I've sent it to the RealReal. It was purchased and returned, I think, 3 times. This is before RealReal changed its like return policy, I believe. Before I just got it sent back to me because I was just tired of that. Then it sold on Poshmark, and the person who purchased it opened up a case, and there was a small hole in the lining, kind of where the cinch is in the side, so you really couldn't see it if you were wearing it, and I didn't even notice it when I was photographing it. So of course I took that return because it was correct. I did not describe the item, and it came back to me again. Then it just sits, and then people send, and then people like it, and it has a ton of likes, but no one buys it. Finally, someone bought it on eBay for $108.55. Now, the thing about this though, and I'm curious to see if the curse is broken, because even though I put that it has a hole in it in the listing and took a picture and put it in the listing, sometimes they don't look at it, and I offer returns on eBay. So I'm just like waiting for that return to be opened. The next sale was pretty fun for me. It was this figurine by Giuseppe Armani. I do mention that I pick up hard goods, and I was just really excited that I had to show you a really good hard good that sold over $50. Now, I picked up this piece because, well, funny story. this attracted me because I saw the name across it, and it wasn't the fact that it said Armani that attracted me to it. It was the fact that I recognized Giuseppe Armani because this brand puts out a Disney collection. Which I have seen when I've gone to downtown Disney at Disney World. And there are these really high priced Disney figurines that I want. I want them, but I'm not going to pay the price for them. But anyway, I recognize the name because I stare at these figurines a lot. Next item is a vintage piece. It's a sweater by Icelandic Designs, I'm pretty sure is what it was called. It is 100% wool. It's an Argyle sweater. It sold for $75. These wool, Norwegian, Icelandic, all those that do really well on eBay and Poshmark. So those are always really desirable to pick up if you are able to locate them. Next up is another St. John's piece. It is a St. John's pink blazer, which I sold for $75. There's a lot of $75 in here. But anyway, I sold this blazer for $75. This was actually a vintage St. John's piece, but it sold really quickly. It sold within 2 days of listing. I know why though. This pink blazer looks very reminiscent of your Jackie O style, so I knew it would do well. This is why I picked it up, even though it had stains in the front of it. I tried to get them out, but was not successful, but I put it in the listing. There are pictures, and hooray for me, it's sold on Poshmark. So if they open up a case because they didn't read the listing, all I have to put is, boom, I have this in the listing. Tough luck. Lastly, for over 50 that I'm going to talk about in this video is this Roberta Roller Rabbit tunic. This was a new brand for me when I picked it up. I actually picked up 2 pieces by this brand. The first one sold very quickly, like within a week, for around the same price of $61. This took a little longer, but I think it was because I listed it at the end of the summer. But this is a very high dollar, like casual brand. They sell a lot of tunics. They sell a lot of beach cover-ups. But I think they sell it at Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, something like that. So if you see the brand, I mean, check comps always and check, the condition, but it seems like a really good brand to pick up. So that's it, guys. That is the end of the video. That was all I will be discussing for the month of February. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope you're having good sales, and I will see you next time. Bye.